What's up, swimmers and swimmers? As always, I'm Coleman Hodges, and boy, did we have a finale on the last night of the 2023 Men's NCAA Championships. Leon Marchand, who has just been destroying the sport of swimming this entire meet, put on a show in the 200 breast, as we've become accustomed to seeing, dropping a 146.91 to become the first man ever to go under the 147 barrier. Before this season, Will Lacone had the record at 147.91, so Leon has now dropped it a full second over just the course of one season. That started at the Pac-12 Championships when he went a 147.67 to break the record for the first time. Now, I know you might be saying to yourself, oh man, but he went 136 in the 200 IM and 328 in the 400 IM. I thought he was going to go 145 in the 200 breast. Well, maybe he would have if it was on the first day. However, people are human beings, and this tends to happen at the NCAA championships, where someone starts off with a really good meet and they keep having a really good meet into the last day. They just don't have quite the level of swim that they had on days 2 or 3. Why is that? Because they're tired, and it is a long meet for any athlete to compete in, let alone one who's swimming as many times as Leon did. This is a reminder that 200 breast, where Leon went a best time, aka an NCAA record and the fastest time anyone has ever gone ever, that was his 9th race in 3 days. And over the course of every final swim he swam, that was his 6th consecutive swim of fastest swim all time. Meaning, he swam a 50 breast, a 200 free, a 200 IM, a 400 IM, a 100 breast, and a 200 breast all in finals. And every one of those was the fastest swim ever. Leon also swam on the 400 free relay after the 200 breast and split a 40.5. Not the fastest split of all time. Honestly, if I was him, I'd be pretty embarrassed. Just kidding. That's a really good split anyway. Personally, I think if the 400 free was at the beginning of the meet, he would have gone a 39 because he's Leon frickin' Marchand. But this should give you an idea of just how sensational Leon's entire meet has been and how great that 200 breast still is, even though we think there may be some room for growth. Before we get into it, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any swimming videos, and leave a comment below on what you thought Leon was gonna go and what you think he still can go in this 200 breaststroke event. On that note, let's take a look at these splits. Leon was out in 23.7 and then 26.8 for a 50.6 on his first 100. Let's give some context to that. 50.65 would have been third in the individual 100 breast. Leon going out for his 200 would have been third in the 100 breaststroke. Leon swam this the same way he did his other swims of the weekend. He just went for it from the get-go. And obviously, this has worked for him. Once again, 6 for 6 on fastest swims ever. He was 7.7 and then 8.4 on the way home, which if we recall in the 200 IM, his breaststroke split was at 27.6. So I was expecting him to hold somewhere around that. 7.7 was his third 50, probably where he was the most in his 200 breast tempo. It seems like 6.8 was kind of the top end of his speed. He was still kind of using the momentum from his first 50 of going out. And then his last 50, 8.4, he's obviously hurting. He's obviously feeling those 8 other swims he's swam in the last 3 days. But overall, once again, this was a masterpiece from Leon. So when we watch the race video, gets off to a pretty normal start, takes 3 strokes on the first 25 and then 5 for the rest of the way, which again, that is the exact same stroke count he used in the 200 breast at Pac-12s when he broke the NCAA record for the first time. So let's just take a moment to appreciate Leon's consistency in this event. So as we talked about on the splits, he goes out really fast, and you can see his stroke looks a little more aggressive than it did at Pac-12s, just because he has really mastered that attacking the race mentality, and he has nailed it down at this meet. So he's out 50.6. He's already over a body length ahead of everyone. I love how he gets to halfway on every single one of his pullouts. And you can see at this point, he is just in rhythm, cruising. So at that 150 wall, you see he made that little adjustment. And for the first 3 strokes, he was kind of at one tempo and then tempoed up for those last 2. On that 7th 25, he actually was able to maintain tempo for all 5 strokes. I think that pullout was a little short. And then he brings it home. Doesn't even need to tempo up on that last 25 because he just touches for perfection. 2 body lengths ahead of the competition. Makes everyone, frankly, look like an age grouper. It's not 400 IM level, but it is pretty absurd level of dominance. Thanks for sticking around with me through these NCAA championships. It has been a historic one, to say the least. I hope you enjoyed all the video content that we put out. And again, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notifications every time we put out a new video. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.